huge welcome to our first international conference. I do a lot of things in my professional career, and one of them is to be the founder and director of the Midwifery Wisdom Collective. And it is a US-based advocacy and educational firm. And we create online and in-person trainings, and we consult on various birth center and maternity care projects, helping to create front and back office systems and strategic plans. And then we also are starting to curate a group of products, both digital and physical, to help with the profession. Right now, our flagship product is the Midwifery Wisdom handheld Doppler, which is has a waveform, so that it's really great in teaching students how to find baseline and assess fetal well-being out of the hospital when there's not access to CTG. We also have a suite of digital products that helps with patient education and tracking in midwifery offices and doctors' offices. So happy about all those offerings. You can find us at midwiferywisdom.com and on all socials with Midwifery Wisdom. So I'm so excited to be branching out of the United States and sharing midwifery wisdom around the world. We are a group of providers and educators who really want to see midwifery be mainstream. And that is definitely my life's mission and what Midwifery Wisdom's mission is. And so what does that mean? And I think that's what we're kind of going to chat about today. And then I'd love to hear from each of you what brought you here. So making midwifery mainstream to me means one simple phrase. And that is, when someone finds out they're pregnant, their first thought is going to be, what midwife should I choose? Not which doctor should I choose or what hospital. And the reason for this is because midwives are the experts in normal, and obstetricians are the experts in surgery and abnormal and high risk. We need them certainly because there's a proportion of every population and every culture that is high risk and needs a higher level of intervention and care. But what we have right now in most countries in the world is an imbalance of care. So what we have is every pregnant person starting with the obstetrical model, and then those obstetricians evaluate who might be a candidate for normal birth. And what we really want to see is that shift in that model where pregnant people and new mothers come first to midwives who are the expert in normal. And it would be the midwives who discover who is high risk and needs referral out. And that simple change in paradigm, that simple shift would literally change lives. In fact, there was recently a consortium held through the World Health Organization showing that if we increase the access of midwives globally, we would save about 20 million lives a year. And that is pretty substantial. So globally, we have a shortage of midwives. About 900,000 midwives is what we're short globally. So the International Confederation is doing different things to help bring midwifery into really underserved communities. But if you do the research, you'll find that even in very high resource communities like the United States, midwives are only being utilized about 10% of the time. And that is really a travesty because most women are actually normal and low risk. So that's what we're doing here. We're trying to equip midwives and all care providers with what they need to make this process easier, to make the system more accessible. So I'm really excited to be here spreading midwifery wisdom. And I know some of you are intending to be midwives. Some of you are physicians wanting to hire and integrate with midwives in your clinics and in your practices. Some of you are nurses working alongside both midwives and nurses. And I think we have some doulas even in the group and some various other professions. So would love to have a hello and welcome from all of you. If you can turn on your camera and say, hey, if you could drop in the chat or even unmute yourself and tell us what specialty you are and where you're tuning in from, that would be amazing. This is our little welcome space. So we have about 30 minutes to chat about what it is you really want to have access to or what brought you to this circle. So Chetna, we're going to start with you. I'm going to pick on you, of course, and ask you to introduce yourself because you're my co-host for this conference and kind of introduce where you are and what you're doing.
Super excited to be over here. Thank you, Augustine. I am a certified international midwife. I think I have been a midwife in my heart for many, many years because I've been interested in all things birth. I have been, I mean, the journey started off with my own pregnancy, but I have been, doing a deep dive, mostly through books or videos before, 5 years back, I jumped into attending births and learning midwifery hands-on as it should be learned. And I think the sessions and the speaker lineup and everything that we have for the next 2 days really excites me, because I think, as the theme of our conference goes, right, on the cusp of change, I think India is really poised to be on that very edge of tipping over. And I really want all of us gathered here to make it tip towards what is normal and what is safe, and improving not just outcomes for mothers and babies, but also their experiences. Because I truly, truly believe that when we improve experiences for our mothers and babies, we're actually creating, a much brighter, better future, not just for India, but for the whole world. Thank you so much.
So beautiful. And I see one of my previous colleagues, Dr. Sneha's on the call. Sneha, would you introduce yourself too?
Hello. Hi, everyone. Thank you, Augustine and Chetna, for having me here. Chetna and Augustine know me very well, but to all of you, my journey started 16 years back, where I started, consulting postpartum moms for lactation, where I had no idea what to do. My seniors would just tell me to show them a position. I would just come. And I would see more of episiotomy cases, which actually was very scary to see the blood coming in, the pain she would have, the complaints of not able to move. So that was shattering. And then I had my pregnancy at a very early age. And I was very healthy, being a medical professional, working, understanding my body, my biomechanics. But still, I ended up into a very traumatic pregnancy experience. And birthing was hell. I ended up into a C-section, which I know today that wasn't necessary. And that led to a depression for more than 2 years. And this is when I delved into understanding more about pregnancy and attending births. I happened to part of Chetna's project, and then Augustine joined us, where I attended a lot of births. And I think for me, it's about how the body mechanics work. How can we change the labor dystocia? Because this is a term that actually triggers me all the time. Because when I gave birth, the doctor told me that, Sneha, you had labor dystocia, and your body failed. Today, I think I'm the trainer teaching all my students about how the body mechanic work, and how it is also possible to have births in all the different positions, do a certain exercise, align the body, align the uterus, and how the pelvis would just move. And I think it has been an amazing journey. And last 1 year has been complete birth biomechanics for me, and understanding pelvic floor muscles, how it works, especially in cases of sports person, marathon runners. So yeah, and today's topic would
So
be
awesome.
about pelvic floor muscles. Yeah.
Yeah, we're so excited that you're going to combine your previous career of physical therapy with your new chosen career in midwifery. So exciting for your presentation later today, or is it tomorrow? I can't remember. Today only. And then we also see Katrina's on the call. She's also one of our presenters this day, and so excited to hear your presentation. We'll save your intro for when you come later. Aisha, I see you're on the call. Would you share what brought you to join this conference today? What you're looking to take home?
Hi, Augustine. Hi, Chetna. Hi, Sneha. So nice to see so many familiar faces. First of all, a lovely start to the conference. I think it's a lovely start to my week. It has been amazing, and I can't wait to see what the remaining 2 days are going to offer. To all of you, I'm Aisha Chandni. I'm a birth doula and a lactation professional. So my work into this field started with lactation. I started with lactation support and then went backwards. So I have been providing labor support here in Chennai in person, and I do virtual support for people in different parts of the world. So my reason for being here is, I think, a part of my midwifery journey, right? I've been occasionally studying in the study groups with Augustine, because ultimately that's my passion, to get into midwifery and be able to support moms better. So here it is for me, it is my bridging time with midwifery, my connection back into how real birth works, right? Because we keep seeing birth, but we know that's not how birth's actually supposed to be. But I think this is my connection and my constant reminders that, hey, this is how birth is supposed to be. So I'm very, very excited for the lineup of sessions today. So I'm already pumped up by the first session. So I just can't wait for it. Thank you all so much. Thank you all so much for having me.
Awesome. So good to see you here in person, Aisha. I really appreciate that. If anyone else would like to introduce themselves, please turn on your camera. I would love to call on you. I see Joelle has joined the call. Joelle is also one of our speakers coming soon. And so we'll save your intro for your session tomorrow, but so grateful that you're here tuning in with us. It seems like Urvasi, I'm saying it wrong, but will you correct me how you say your name? Sorry.
Hi. Yes, so Urvasi, Ulrike.
Will you tell us what brought you to join the session?
Great. Yes, I also just wanted to express first the gratitude for having Barbara Harper as a speaker. So many words that she used, and I also sometimes use in presentations I love to give about birth. I started off as a nurse in my life, and then fell in love with birth, and a little bit like Chaitanya said, has been midwife somehow at heart and a midwife lover for forever it feels. And I would love to really join that becoming a midwife. When we met last in Coimbatore, actually, we were speaking that somehow this journey has started to look more into what to do when, and evidence-based birth is something that I follow online quite a bit. And I love that scientific background,
Awesome.
But even more, I love the naturalness and the physiology of birth, and how birth to me, it's quite I wouldn't say political, but it reaches out so far, like we say that the way women give birth in a nation speaks about the freedom in that nation and that country. So, and that's also, I think, why I so much wish for this to become more true, like for birth to remember its origin and its simplicity and its power for India as well. So
Awesome.
I'm full fire and flame for that. So,
well, thank you for joining our conference.
My big inspirer next to recently you was, of course, Ibu Robin Limit, Bumi Sehat in Indonesia. That was my one of my pioneers there.
Yeah. Ibu is a lot of our mothers in midwifery. So it's a lovely thing. Yes. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
I see Dr. Geeta is here. Hi, Dr. Geeta. Would you give us a little intro?
Good morning, everyone. It's wonderful to have you all in this seminar. Actually, I'm a gynecologist and obstetrician. I have a hospital of 30-bedded hospital in Dharwad. It is north of Karnataka. Of late, I am a member of Royal College of Obstetrician and Gynecologist, and I am an IVF specialist as too. But I own a women hospital. Under one roof, I try to give all the facilities which a woman needs from adolescent to menopause. So of late, I have been very passionate about natural birth and water birth, and I have started water birth facilities in my hospital since 6 months. So we have had 6
Awesome.
water births till date, and I want to get associated with all the midwives and train my staff in midwifery and water birth. And also I plan to start a midwifery training center, because I realize the importance of increasing the number of midwives in having natural births and reducing cesarean rates. So I look forward to meet you all on Wednesday. I am getting a team of my staff to Bangalore on Wednesday.
Awesome. We're so honored to have your excitement and your participation. Dr. Geeta, you are preaching to the choir, right? We're all in the same path here, and it's so exciting. Yes. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Look forward to seeing you in person. Hi, Sharonda, you're here. Will you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Dr. Sharda. I'm a diabetologist.
Hi.
So, hello. So I'm Chetna is a very good friend of mine. So I got to know about this midwifery from her. I watched some videos of water birth, and I was really amazed at how this can happen, because I wasn't aware of these things before. And I wanted to know more about these things and then promote to people. And I want to take next steps based on today's and tomorrow's conference. Thank you so much for letting me be here.
Awesome. That's so exciting, and welcome. I see that we have Benita is here. She's a nurse from Coimbatore who is currently working at a new birth center that opened there. That's very exciting. Dr. Vasavi from Hyderabad, who's an exercise specialist and certified pelvic floor rehab specialist. That's very awesome. It looks like Dr. Saivar Singh, she's sharing even more. So there's so many great points here. And Dr. Shilpi from Delhi, health physiotherapist and birth doula. Welcome, everyone. If anyone else wanted to jump on their camera and give a specific welcome and intro, we'd love to hear from you. We're just creating a circle here so that we can all recognize each other's passion and also the pain points that exist, right? Because birth in India is not necessarily what we would always want it to be. So great to connect around the solutions and the challenges. Hi, Tina. Welcome. Would you do a little intro?
Hi, I'm Tina, also here through Chetna. Our kids go to the same school. I actually photographed a birth with Augustine and Chetna recently, which was amazing. It was a home birth. I had a home birth myself with midwives in Mumbai about 7.5 years ago. Yeah, I think just learning about midwifery and physiological birth really changed things for me. And I was just like, why don't more people know about this? Like, why am I hearing this for the first time? And I really kind of got interested in birth and everything midwifery, read a lot of books. But then I had a baby, so I had, just got busy with that and life. And now I'm just dipping my toes back into the midwifery world and excited to be here.
That's so great. Thank you for being here. And it was such a pleasure to work with you. I hope we get to do it again soon.
Yeah.
Well, to everyone who's not introducing yourselves, I just want to say thank you for being here. And also, please feel free to use the chat to jump on, to say hello. We really want this to be a collaborative community space. I know a lot of times Zooms can be really impersonal and everyone is muted and camera off, and that's not exactly how we want to run it, because we kind of believe that this isn't going to change unless we have many hands, right? Many hands make light work. And all boats rise on a rising tide. So if we can kind of get everyone in sync, we can have that revolution we're all looking for. So there's a poll up in the chat right now. Go ahead and take a look at that. Answer that when you can. I want to give you a little more orientation to the next bunch of sessions. So as I said in the beginning, people will come in for their session directly at the start time. So punctuality, this conference is run by Americans. Punctuality is going to be important these next 2 days. So make sure and check the times. We will introduce our speakers exactly at the top of the hour when they begin, and recordings will start. As I said, recordings will be available for 30 days after the conference, so you can review sessions that you missed or that you want to watch again. We do invite a robust question time at the end of every presentation, but we do have a tight time schedule for next ones to begin. So make sure that you watch your clock, set your alarms. We are going to take about a 15-minute break before the next session now. The same link will happen for every session. So go have a potty break, grab something to drink or snack on, and we will start again in a few. The chat will stay open, and so keep chatting or keep sharing things if you have any questions. And thank you all for being here.